Welcome back to another episode of Better Parents. Today we're going to talk about education and living. The modern school system has kind of tried to teach us that first you go to school and you learn, and then after a certain period of time you go and you live and you experience things. The problem was, I think, as humans, we've always been meant to, for millions of years, to learn as we experience. And so we're producing a bunch of children who have little to no experience about the real world at the age of 18 or even 22 sometimes. You hear a big complaint from a lot of CEOs and HR departments in major companies that they are receiving unprepared college graduates. And I feel, and I believe a lot of people feel, that part of the reason is that we're so narrowly focused on this set of courses and curriculums dictated by God knows who, which state or federal policymaker decided that was the right thing to study who knows how long ago, that perhaps doesn't even play a role in today's modern society, and certainly perhaps not in the future, that kids feel unprepared and parents know this. So what do we do about it? Well, here's what I did. You don't have to do this. I have no degree or certificate that would say JP is a master educator, but this is what I did. I simply find a topic that I think is interesting for my son to learn. I go to LinkedIn or Upwork and I find an expert on this topic, and I offer them a small amount of money, sometimes $40 or $50 for 1 hour of their time, to sit in a video call with my son. Just last week, he was able to speak with a professor on commodities trading for $60 an hour. The week before that, he spoke with an expert about pig farming. The week before that, wood farming and cutting wood and shipping wood around the world. The week before that, ships around the world and how they move and where the pinch points and the straits are and what sort of cargo moves on different types of ships and why it's important, and how the Navy positions their ships in certain areas to protect the flow of trade. All this is to make a point. You don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and have a child's hormones go whack and be off balanced and rushed and eating a sugary cereal meal to drive who knows how long or wait in a bus with a bunch of other kids while it's still dark, to go sit in a room to learn from somebody who's just kind of reading out of a book sometimes, who may or may not be very motivated to help your child. And even if they are, that motivation is quickly drained from the inability to help all their students as best they want. Teachers don't become teachers to make money. They become teachers because they love educating usually. And it's very hard for teachers to continue to love educating, from what I've seen and the teachers I've spoken with, when they're focusing on 20, 30, 40 students and trying to get their attention. Because think about what it's like for you as a parent to deal with 1 or 2 or 3 children. Now imagine 30 or 40 every day, 5 days a week, rowdy kids not listening to you. Well, that's what teachers go through. So they quickly lose their patience. They're also human. They have hormones that go up and down. They have moodiness. They have good days and not so good days. All this to say is you don't have to offload the education of your child, or even your own, to a third-party institution, to somebody else that tells you this is what they're supposed to learn. You can take control of what your child learns on what you feel is good for them, for their present and their future, based on their potential interests and their future prospects and the things they're good at. So I hope that you captured some little piece of gold from this video. Remember to hit the thumbs up if you liked it, to subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. My name is Jean-Pierre, and this is Better Parents.